Try this again. That's it. What the fuck is it? Stop. It's not there, dude.
Stop!
We're back. Welcome back to Mexican. From a hostage takeover location somewhere in Arizona. We got kidnapped by somebody. I'm your host.
At least we got a pool, though.
You got a pool. I'm your host. Some dude named Victor Salazar to the left. This is your other host, my man, Pac-Man Peter Soprano. And our resident Mexican, Ernie.
Estudio Español a la escuela por 5 años, pero no entiendo mucho.
So this is a special Royal Rumble edition. There's really not much going on in the world of sports. Obviously, we got the Super Bowl next week.
Pro Bowl sucks.
Pro Bowl sucks. We're just getting into the depths of the college basketball schedule, so we really don't know what's what yet, what's out there. Manny Machado and Bryce Harper haven't signed yet, so the rest of the free agent world is still waiting. And the Warriors are going to win the championship, so there's really not much to talk about basketball. Yeah. So instead, we're going to go to Royal Rumble, a quick 20-minute show. I started a segment last week. It's called Vic's Chick segment, so I'm going to shout out a woman every time we do the show. Last week I shouted out Angelina. This week I'm shouting out Donna from the bar here at Magnuson Papano Inn Hotel. While I was, waiting for my key, I drank some wine with her, and she gave me special barbecue sauce. Don't know how it led to that, but I got free barbecue sauce. So if anybody wants anything, you want to dip some chicken wings and stuff, then I got some sauce for you.
And let me give an extra shout out to Monet from the bar last night, yo.
Whoa, hold on. That's a Vic's Chick segment. It's not a Pete's segment.
I had to that name.
All right, there you go, Monet. Beautiful. So let's jump right into it. I'm gonna go to we have 2 Royal Rumble matches, 2 women's titles matches, and obviously the 2 men's title matches. I'm gonna jump right into Ronda versus Sasha, so we're gonna get the one I don't really care about out the way. I obviously love Sasha. I think she's hot. She's amazing. But she's so fragile, and I just don't see them taking the belt from Ronda this early. What do you think? What are your thoughts, Ernie? By the way, Ernie loves WWE, so he probably knows a lot more about it than me, and I have my sunglasses indoor. That's so whack.
I'm aware of that.
Oh, good.
I want to be Vic.
There you go.
They traditionally they don't really give they don't really have champions change hands at Rumble traditionally. Very few times. I remember Sergeant Slaughter beat the Ultimate Warrior thanks to the Golden Scepter and the unnecessary elbow. Hit him with the elbow. The guy did knock out his elbow. That was awesome. I think I think The Rock beat the Mankind, but that was kind of continuing the feud where they had the Super Bowl's halftime show. By the way, they need more Super Bowl halftime shows to be wrestling matches. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would.
Vince McMahon, if you're watching more Super Bowl halftime shows, wrestling matches.
He's gonna be watching. I'm gonna come up to
Ronda Rousey is not losing her first match when they made a big deal about how good she is at Royal Rumble as someone who was the #1 contender for like 5 minutes. Sasha Banks, I love Sasha Banks, multiple time champion. If she's gonna lose, they've already planted the seeds, and her against Charlotte or her against Becky. So she's not losing tonight. I do expect it to be a fantastic match because Sasha is a fantastic wrestler.
What are your thoughts on Sasha?
I think she has a
do you think she's gonna? Do you think this match will be entertaining?
Yes.
I think there's chemistry there?
I think so. I think Sasha, we already know how good she is in the ring, and Ronda's impressed everybody. So I think it's going to be one of those matches that may not be one of the best matches of the night, but I think it'll be a good matchup. I don't think it'll be one of those matches that last that long, though. So they kind of want to use it just to fill a lot of time. But I'm going to say Sasha pulls the upset. I'm going to say she wins, and I'm going to say it's because the man gets involved in the match. Because we already had that, how we had Sasha, who we all know is in the 4 horsewomen that involves the man and Charlotte and everything like that. So we know that they watch each other's backs. And we saw Ronda just get involved and lose her title to Asuka. So I think she may try to pay her back and get involved in her match, and Sasha gets the belt. So I'm going to say Sasha pulls the upset.
I hope she does. I'm a fan of her. I just, she's really thin and gets hurt really easily.
And it'll set up Ronda versus the man at WrestleMania.
So then here we go. We're just gonna go right into it. You segued into the man versus Asuka.
Yeah.
I think this one's gonna be a really good match.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know if they're gonna take away the belt from Asuka this quick though. Probably for the Raw Women's title. What are your thoughts on that, Randy?
No, I 100% agree. I expect Becky to lose in some sort, which will protect her super strong, obviously. So, but the problem is they're kind of setting up for a triple threat maybe between Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda at WrestleMania. So who's Asuka going to face then? I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, it's kind of, this is an interesting match because this could go, like you said, I can see your scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Asuka's not winning this match clean.
No.
There's no way, shape,
No.
or form she win this match clean.
No.
So to see what happens, going to set the whole course of WrestleMania. I'm actually very, very intrigued by this. I think I'm not saying she's going to win the match, but I think Asuka hangs on to the belt.
I'm going to go once again and say the belt changes hands because when I went before and said that I
Well, yeah,
think...
you did say Sasha was going to win. So
Yeah.
that doesn't-
Yeah, so I think Sasha's going to win, but this is how I have it set up. I have that the man's going to win her title, so she's going to have the SmackDown title. And then I think Ronda is going to actually go to SmackDown and stay on SmackDown because that's going to Fox. I think they want their premier women's star, the one they're hyping up to be on Fox, their biggest platform. So I think that's going to change over hands, and she's going to switch to SmackDown, and they fight for the title at WrestleMania.
I would agree, other than the fact that all those rumors are going about that Ronda's leaving the company after WrestleMania. So that's going to be
That's true, too.
that's a whole interesting thing. I think the women's
Which
division
would also lead to her losing the title again, too, also.
at some point. I think it'll be WrestleMania, but she's losing it. I agree with you there. I do think the women's division is infinitely more intriguing right now than the men's division.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. The females are really showing what they can do. So I agree with that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun with those.
Jumping right into the women, we're talking about a deep division. So we're gonna have a 30 women Royal Rumble.
Can we have to?
Absolutely, Murderers Row.
You're sweating like a pig. man.
Completely.
No, that's just my hair.
You got out of the pool, yeah.
I yeah too. I really, like I said, I'm a casual. I know some of the women's fighters. I really don't know all of them. So I'm gonna segue to you, Pete. I have no idea who's gonna win.
Mhm.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Lita.
Neither.
I have no idea.
Well, I'd say Trish, yeah.
Is he in the Rumble?
We don't know, but I think we may see something.
Okay, well I have no idea. My pick is null and void because I have no idea who
I
would win.
think I'm gonna make my pick depending on what you said earlier when you were like, who are they gonna who's gonna fight Asuka? Like who's gonna be left for her? And I think the person who wins this match is gonna be the person that's gonna fight Asuka next. And I'm actually gonna go with Carmella. They've pushed Carmella a lot. She's gotten much better in the ring. She's a good talker within the ring, and she is getting more and more fans to like her, even though she still has that little attitude and personality to her. And I think she is being now elevated, as you saw. She was in the triple threat match with Charlotte and the man earlier. Like she's now being elevated to where she's one of the top women on the roster, and I think this is gonna be her time to get a shot.
She's hot, so I wouldn't mind seeing her. So.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts there?
That's a great idea, which means WWE probably won't do it because that's how WWE works. All the great ideas are thrown in the trash. So I see someone like I just see Charlotte winning it because it's the most. I would love to see Carmella win. I'd love to see Peyton Royce and Billie Kay win it. I'd love to see Ember Moon. I'd love to see Ember Moon win it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's
I love to see.
I know some people.
I'd love to see Ember Moon win the
If
Royal
Ember Moon,
Rumble.
I like Ember.
I'd love to see a lot of women come up and win it, but I think it's going to be like someone just generic, Nia Jax, Charlotte. I'm predicting Charlotte.
Yeah, Ember Moon and
Charlotte, I know her too.
Asuka.
All right, yeah.
Ember Moon and Asuka have the best songs coming out. I love their songs.
I do like Asuka. So.
Bailey's song kind of gets you hyped up though. That gets you fired up.
I don't like the wavy thing.
You gotta whack your baby inflatable
Yeah.
arm.
I'm not about the hugs, man.
Yeah.
I'm not about the hugs.
I'm a hugger.
I was actually downloaded the network yesterday because I wanted to watch the Gargano and Ricochet match. These two went. I didn't. I was at a day party, day drinking. I'm a loser. But just now, I got news from the network app that John Cena's injured and he's out of the Royal Rumble. So that's breaking news. If you guys didn't know,
Yeah.
just got this news on my phone like 10 minutes ago. So
First suspect.
I'm sure if you guys have the network, you guys
Suspect's
too.
probably Nikki. Nikki may have hit him or something.
Wow.
Nick,
You see his hair? I love his hair. I love his new hair.
Oh my God, the dad hair.
I
Oh
love
my
it,
God.
man.
You love that? Oh, dude,
Oh,
that
dude.
dude, I would have let him around my nephews wearing
I
that.
love it, man.
That's
It looks
like-
like John. It looks like JBL,
Probably
right?
drives a van now.
Yeah, with no windows.
Hey, that's R. Kelly,
Free
guys.
candy.
But John Cena's out. So I mean, I don't know how many of you guys are picking John Cena to win the Rumble. I wasn't.
Don't.
I think it's gonna be a incredibly good Rumble with the dudes. The Rumbles are always good with the dudes,
Yes.
especially with the high flyers in there.
Yeah.
Kofi. I love the Royal Rumble and I love the Elimination Chamber. Is that the one?
Those are the two, yeah. That's
Oh no, or what is it? No, the Money in the Bank. Money in the
Money in
Bank.
the Bank.
When these guys are just flipping around
Kofi's
crazy.
a beast.
Yeah, Kofi's never gonna win a title.
Yeah, they're never gonna give him a title, but he's a monster with those.
But I
He
honestly.
gave him tag title for 9 million days though.
Yeah, well, that's
Yes.
true. But I honestly think WWE is gonna fuck this up again. I think Seth Rollins is gonna win. I mean, how many times have we seen Seth Rollins? Like, I love him. He's great.
Yeah.
But let somebody else get an opportunity to main event WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has been great matches. The Miz over the years, he's been with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and then they count as great matches. He's a great performer.
Yeah.
But I think someone else should win it. But I think WWE is gonna screw this up, and Seth Rollins is gonna take the victory.
I'm going to double down on that and say they're going to screw it up, and I think they're going to go even dumber than Seth Rollins and go Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman's time has passed, and I think everyone, he had his little run where he was over and people liked him. I think it's over now, which means he'll probably win the Rumble. I'd love to see someone come up from NXT like obviously Velveteen Dream. That'd be awesome if he won it, or Aleister Black or Ricochet. I'd love to see because I'll give you my prediction on the Raw title match later. What's going to happen? But I'd like to see Aleister Black come and challenge SmackDown. I think that'd be awesome. I think Aleister Black's good on it. And it's a crowd, like the Mania and Royal Rumble crowds are always the ones that actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like the other Raw fans and like other pay-per-view fans, they don't know. They don't know crap. They don't. Like my dad used to tell me, you don't know shit about nothing. So that's like how I feel about that. So I think this is gonna be someone completely lame.
I'm kind of going a little bit along with you, but I'm going to go with somebody that they've been pushing a lot lately and putting a lot of their big matches. I'll say Drew McIntyre.
I don't think that would be lame. I think that'd be cool.
Great. Actually, I like Drew.
I do, but I don't think you named all the exciting ones. If somebody from NXT came up and won, or somebody like out of nowhere won, I think he's expected by a lot of people to win it because of his push lately. So it still kind of goes along with what they've been saying recently. That's why I think I'm going to go with Drew to win it.
Got it. Wow. Little segue before we get to the two men's main events. How was the event last night?
Unbelievable. It was a completely packed crowd. There was a lot of heat and there was a lot of cheering for every single thing. They got everybody hyped up, and there really wasn't a bad match. Every single match was good. And you mentioned earlier the Gargano versus Ricochet was one of the best matches I've ever seen.
What was your favorite match? Was it that one?
That one by far. It felt like it went on for an hour, and they did so many spectacular high flying moves. Ricochet landed on his feet about 15 times after getting hit with moves. It was like ridiculous that how athletic he is. So that match was by far one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Ernie, what was your favorite match?
My favorite match was actually a tag team match. I thought it was better.
That was awesome too.
You can't really on NXT Takeover pay-per-views. It's like, which one's the best match? And out of 5, there's like 4 candidates.
Yeah.
So it's like, even the Black versus Ciampa match was fantastic. It wasn't as fast paced as Gargano versus Ricochet, but it was a fantastic match. My favorite match was the tag team match.
The women's match
was fantastic. Riddle and Ono was, for what it was okay.
Yeah. That was match it out.
It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match.
Yeah.
But, when you have a good match in NXT, they just look bad because every other match is great.
Spectacular.
That's why I say EC3's not a bad wrestler.
Yeah.
But he looked bad in NXT because everybody wrestler
else
is great.
Exactly. Good. Yeah, so it's unbelievable. Like that event has now that it's been a staple now of the WWE pay-per-views. It outshines the WWE pay-per-view every single time.
There hasn't been one that hasn't, in my opinion.
So if you have to go to an event for that, actually NXT is better to go for than the actual the WWE.
I didn't go. I went day drinking. So, sorry, guys.
It's going today though.
I'm going today, and I'm probably gonna hate it because.
No, you can't hate the Rumble though.
Well,
the Rumble match, I will say this, being a Rumble match veteran, the Rumble match in person is the most fun match you can that one. It's so much fun.
Oh, and another thing, the funniest thing, when we walked down, they gave a countdown of how many minutes before the event actually went live. So you heard 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Every time it got to the minute, the whole crowd started chanting from 10 like it was the Royal Rumble already. So you're like, like it was crazy. Like they were really into it.
Well, I hope it doesn't suck. We're gonna be there live.
Yep.
I think we're on the floor, somewhere in right field or left field.
Right field.
We're here. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to the men's championship matches. I'm going to start with your match. You're wearing a D. McKinn shirt. First, Finn Balor versus...
No, leave that for last.
No. See, it's quiet. You let him away for 2 seconds. He tries to take over.
This is what happens.
This is what happens when you go to NXT TakeOver. You think you're better than the main roster. No, I'm just kidding. You actually are. But no, I'm gonna go to your match first because I think it's probably gonna be the last match.
You guys are both man to man. That's
basically, yeah. I mean, sorry. Tell Hoff to bring his Brock Lesnar shirt.
Majority rules unless you're running for president.
There you go. So Demon King versus Brock Lesnar is the.
Well, they're not Demon King so far.
I'm sorry, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You're wearing a Demon King shirt.
Yeah.
First, do you think a Demon King comes out tonight?
I think he has to. I think this is the perfect moment to have the headline of the Demon versus the Beast. Like, that has to be the headline for this. And if he comes out as Finn Balor, the regular, normal Finn Balor, I don't think that he has a chance in hell to win the match. But if he comes out as Demon King, add a lot of pop to the match. Everybody's gonna be so souped up to see him come out. I think you're gonna have that little expression on Brock's face where he's like just staring, and I think that'll make the match unbelievably awesome if he came out.
So the next question for you is, how come you didn't paint your face?
You know,
And
I'm trying to do other things on the show. I'm trying to walk around, shake hands, kiss babies, all that
Okay,
shit.
well, you think you should paint his face like Demon King? That would be amazing, right?
Well, there's still time.
It is a lot of time.
We might make that happen, actually.
Stay tuned, folks.
Ernie, your thoughts on the Beast versus Finn Balor?
I think Finn Balor wins, not tonight. I think Finn Balor's going to barely escape. I think Finn Balor's going to barely lose tonight to Lesnar. I think Lesnar's going to escape the hair of his chinny chin. And then at Mania, Demon Finn Balor will come out and take him out. That's my prediction of what's going to happen. Although I'm the hugest mark for Demon Finn Balor, so if that comes out tonight, I will be cheering as loud as anybody. I just see that. I see my scenario playing out. But it's WWE, so neither will probably happen. Probably just a bunch of suplex. That's it.
Brock Lesnar actually wrestled. It's pretty limited.
The Daniel Bryan match was awesome at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I carry him.
But it's
Well,
pretty
think about
limited.
carrying. He carried with three of us.
Yeah, basically pretty limited. But I'm gonna go with Demon King comes out and Demon King wins the championship tonight. It's time for Finn Balor to get the push. Obviously, he was the first, was it Undisputed or Raw, whatever, the Universal champion, and he got injured. That match with Seth Rollins is one of the best matches I've seen. They just work well together. I do think he's gonna win. And like I said, Seth Rollins wins is a rematch at WrestleMania. That's I'm going with my Seth Rollins prediction versus Finn Balor.
I can live with that. I like that.
And actually, if you go back and you remember when Finn first came to on a big roster, he did it the same way. He beat a singles match, he won a 4-way match, and then he went to the pay-per-view, won the title against Rollins, but he unfortunately got hurt. This is kind of working out the same way. He won a singles match and a 4-way match to get to this title shot, and now it's the first pay-per-view after. So it kind of is almost like he got hurt the first time, so they're kind of trying to redo the same moment. So we'll see tonight if it goes all the way and he gets that title.
I hope so.
And then we go to the main event. To me, I think this is the house that AJ Styles built. AJ Styles been a staple of Raw. I mean, literally when everyone.
SmackDown.
I'm sorry. See, I mean, I haven't watched either for a while, but I did watch last week just to brush up on things for the show. But I remember when every superstar was on Raw. Literally, AJ Styles is carrying. Him and The Miz were carrying like SmackDown.
Yeah.
On the men's division, like there's a little.
I'm
Part
gonna take it out. I'm a big Randy fan.
I'm too. But again, Daniel Bryan just won the title.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna take the title away from him. Daniel Bryan is a great performer.
Yes.
AJ Styles is a great performer.
That's gonna-
This is going to be a
that's
great,
singles
probably
match.
best match tonight.
Yeah.
But I see something happening where AJ probably could have win. He doesn't win. I don't think Daniel Bryan wins clean. I think something happens.
I agree.
I think he wins clean. I
Wow.
think it's gonna be an awesome match and he wins clean.
Well, since you're representing them,
Daniel Bryan. No, I think Daniel Bryan's character is amazing right now.
Oh, yeah,
Like
me
if
too.
you had told me 3 months ago that a character that basically says, "Yeah, I punch people in the dick, but at least I don't use biodegradable plastic."
No processed meat.
Yeah, exactly. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But Daniel Bryan makes it work because first off, that's like his core beliefs. He's he's an environmentalist and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's clear. His baby boomer promo on Vince McMahon was hilarious because he's right about baby boomers. They suck. And don't even get me started on that. But they're not watched anyway. They can't get on YouTube. So don't worry about it. So anyway, Daniel Bryan's promos are great. If you guys haven't, whoever's watching this, he did a great promo video on Phoenix TV on Friday. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I have it on my Twitter at Real Ernie Green. Go watch it. It's hilarious. I'm going to show Vic today. Pete thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
His character's so good right now that you don't take the belt off him. I hope he has a long reign.
Yeah.
But of course, his character could be even better as a non-champion, even be more delusional. But I do think he wins tonight.
It is awesome. Like, it really was. I saw that video and he completely carried out his character the whole time while he was getting interviewed. And it was just, even they tried to cut him off, and he said, "Yeah, you're trying to cut me off." Like it's
He's like
awesome.
yelling behind the host. It's pretty funny.
But if the crowd tonight doesn't end up chanting "processed meat," I'm going to be really disappointed.
But you can start the chant. We're on the
Yeah,
floor.
I will.
Process meat. I've chanted dumber things before. Mainly in Cancun. That's there.
Same. So that's our show. Today's gonna be a quick one. I'm hungry. We need to get to the Trap House.
Yeah.
Check out my boy Phil the Grill.
Exactly.
If you're ever in Arizona, Scottsdale area, Trap House.
Mac and
Okay,
cheese,
go to-
mac and cheese with chicken's the best.
Yeah, go and see the Trap House. Go see this guy, the comedian, big time comedian down here. Go and see this guy, Ernie Green.
Yeah, you follow me on Twitter at Real Ernie Green. And then, yeah, follow these guys. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we are awesome. But that's our show. Next week, we're gonna do a Super Bowl pre-show before the game
Yep.
and a Super Bowl post-show after the game, which
Yep.
means I'm gonna be sober before the game and I'm gonna be drunk after the game.
Compare. It's gonna be like the 10-year challenge right in front of you.
So last week I drank like 15 beers before the show after the championship game. I heard we did great. I heard it was awesome. I didn't watch it yet, but I have to see how drunk I was to see how good I really was. Apparently I'm better drunk than sober. So you gotta tune in. We'll probably go live, what, 3 o'clock Eastern
Yeah,
time?
2:33.
2:33 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
And then obviously right after the game, so about 9:10.
9:30.
And we're gonna go from a special location, Dear Our Hearts. We'll tell you more when we get there. That's our show. We are out.
Adios.
Peace.